We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Welcome back, everyone. So in this video, we're going to be doing a bit of a different kind of video. We're going to be doing an unboxing of sorts. If you don't remember, in my last video, I explained how you should actually spend your $1,200 stimulus check. I showed you 4 top ways in which you should spend it. And in that video, one of the methods I described was putting that money in a high yield savings account. Now, if you haven't seen that video yet, the link will be down below. I do recommend watching it before you watch this video. But if you'd like to see what I got in the mail, feel free to keep watching. And if you are new to my channel, be sure that you are subscribed so that way you don't miss any future videos, and like this video if you are enjoying it so far. Now, this video is actually going to be a 2-part series because in this video I'm just going to be going over the Robinhood card and how I received it, how long it took to receive it, things of that nature. Now, of course, I'll also be showing you the Robinhood card. In the next video, I'm going to be breaking down in greater detail what the Robinhood cash management account actually entails. So if you're watching this in the later future, I'll actually link that video down below so you'll see it. If you're watching this in the future, that link will be in the description down below, that part 2, but of course you can't have part 2 yet without watching part 1. So this video is just going to be solely showing you the card, how it looks when you get it, all of that, and then part 2 is going to be when we're going to be breaking down the components of the cash management account and why I think it is a very good account that you should have money in. So before we take a look at the card, just for starters, as far as how long it actually took to get this card, the enrollment for the cash management account, at least on my end, I know they were rolling it out slowly to all of their users as their user base is growing by the day. Now, I truly don't remember the exact date in which I was put on the waiting list for the Robinhood cash management account and debit card. I will tell you that it was at least since mid-2019. It's been many, many months that I was on that waiting list. I was definitely one of the later people to get on that waiting list. I know that a lot of the earlier users definitely were on there first and got first crack at it. For me, I didn't sign up for Robinhood until around mid-2019, so that's why I took so long to get it for myself. And for those of you that are still on the waiting list or remember, Robinhood had this peculiar area in your Robinhood app in which you can actually tap on a picture of the Robinhood debit card to bump up your spots in order to get there. It's kind of hard to explain. I'll just have to show you what it looks like. I'll put a little thing here so that way you could see what you can do. So when you were on that waiting list, you could tap that picture of the card and what seemed like an infinite number of times every single day. Of course, you could just sit there and tap it thousands of times. And if you're bored, that looked like something to do. I know I just kind of sat there once in a while and clicked it for the hell of it. I don't know if it truly bumped you up on the waiting list, but at least it looked kind of cool. So what you would slowly see is your spot and number on that waiting list would increasingly become less and less as you start to become closer to number 1. And eventually they would give you instructions on your debit card when you receive it, what to do, how to activate that, and all that information. So it did take a while to get it, but I finally got it. Let's get into the actual review of the card. We're going to start off with the envelope, a very important factor. So the first thing you're going to notice is it's a very odd envelope for coming from Robinhood. The address that it comes from is a Salt Lake City, Utah address. I don't even believe that's their headquarters, and it just says returns processing. And it's not Robinhood's famous green color scheme, it's just a solid black dull envelope. Now, I think they did this because if they were to make it a green color, it might actually be very inviting and someone might want to intercept or steal your Robinhood debit card. Green might signal that there's money inside, and so that would just attract too much attention. So I can actually thank Robinhood and see their perspective in which why they would put it in this kind of envelope. Now, I did lie. I already took out the Robinhood debit card just to take a look at it. I do apologize for being so insincere, but I had to make sure. You got to make sure this is not a Nigerian scam, and you had to make sure that this is actually from Robinhood. Now, I have taped off my address here, as you could see, but I was actually a little disappointed, but I could see why it would not be feasible to do this. If you look at some earlier reviews of the Robinhood debit card, you'll actually see that it did not come in anything like this. In fact, I'll throw up on the screen here what the Robinhood unboxing should have looked like. It should have been this style box where you can actually pull it from one end and you should see the debit card come out the other. A very fancy, slim, very discreet looking, simplified, minimalistic box that was very enjoyable, and I would have loved to keep that box and have it. But instead, Robinhood decided to go with this kind of an envelope, and I could see why they had to choose to do that. They just had so many millions of people on that waiting list that they couldn't have possibly have afforded to ship out that many boxes when some people have very little money in their account. Now, you can't really complain because Robinhood is a free brokerage account if you don't sign up for the gold level, and you could trade, buy and sell commission free. So I could understand why they would have to resort to something so despicable like a dull black envelope. But enough about the envelope, let's take it out now. And once you do take out the contents from the envelope, you will see a very stark difference between the two. This little pamphlet has the Robinhood logo with the feather that we all love and trust. It's a very bright green color, and I actually believe it's not the exact color that we're used to seeing on the app. The app seems to be more of a lighter green, more of like a shamrock shake kind of green, whereas this seems more of a neon to me. On the back would be your name and address, and then as you go down here, you'll see a little read-up about the cash management account for your Robinhood brokerage account. You will then open up this little letter here, and you will immediately see your Robinhood cash management account card, and it's time to do more with your money and the steps to activate the card in the app, as well as the Robinhood logo down here. So as far as the steps for activating it, you will simply activate your card in the app. There's instructions to do so. Then you will spend, withdraw, and invest it, and then you can earn interest on the rest. I'm going to be activating the card in the next video. Again, this video is just going to be an actual showing of the card itself and what it looks like. So right off the bat, you can see the card is affixed to this side of the letter, and you have a little nice cartoon going on in the background. Something that kind of looks like the cartoon imagery that you might see when you buy or sell a stock, a little bit of the confetti and celebration that you might see, something like of that nature, that kind of cartoon style, for those of you that have the app, of course. So we now have the debit card removed, and you will notice right off the bat you have your chip here, very modernized. Thank you, Robinhood. It says debit right here, very minimalistic, all lowercase, very much Robinhood-esque. You have the Robinhood feather logo here. I would say it's kind of a metallic silver, so you do kind of see the reflection there. As well as the Mastercard logo here, not your typical red and yellow tone, but rather also like a white and silver, if I might say, and all lowercase, again, very minimalistic. Now the right side of the debit card you will see is that typical Robinhood cream green color that we've all learned to love, as opposed to this very harsh on the eyes neon green color that we've never really seen before. Now don't be fooled, the left half is not black. In fact, if you pick it up here, you will see it's more of a transparent, clear-ish, but not 100% see-through. It's not exactly 100% transparent, but transparent enough so that way you could see the Robinhood logo behind the card there with no problem. You can easily read that. On the back you have your normal typical slider reader on the card, and I have taped off the information and details of the card just in case any viewers out there, hopefully not my subscribers, I know they would never do such a thing, in case anyone wants to steal the insane $3 and change that is sitting in my Robinhood cash management account right now. Now if you do zoom in a little bit on that upper left corner, you'll see it says Sutton Bank issued, so I assume that is the bank that Robinhood uses to maybe return the interest yield that they promise and keep that cash safe and secure. I do think it's a cool card. I do think it is worthy enough to be placed into my wallet, so I'll definitely have it on me. And if you ever meet or network with any Robinhood users, you'll know because they have this special card in their wallet. Not that I think you're going to whip out your wallets upon first meeting, but perhaps you would want to compare debit cards. The reason I say that is because Robinhood actually offered 4 different styles of card that you can choose. So I decided to choose this color scheme right here. They also offered a black color scheme, as well as a white color scheme, and an American flag, which did look pretty cool. I was rather close to getting the black card just because I didn't have any other card in my wallet that looked anything like it, but I decided to go with the classic Robinhood colors just because they look so cool. I was also thinking about that American flag, but I figured I'd probably get a card down the road that has the American flag on it. No card is better than the other. If you have a certain color over another, it doesn't mean the card will work faster, or if you choose a certain color, you'll get the card faster than other people on the wait list. I hope so, but this is just what they have, and I'm going to assume that most people did go with the Robinhood classic green color scheme. I'm not going to persuade you to choose one color over the other. Hopefully this won't influence you too much, but this is just what I think is the nicest option. So that does wrap up what the Robinhood card looks like and my review of it. Thank you for watching my review of the Robinhood debit card. Look out for yours in the mail along with your stimulus check if you're waiting for both. In part 2, we're going to be breaking down the entire account, the pros, the cons of it, and why I think you should have money sitting in it right now. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button, and if you'd like to see more videos from my channel, I post videos every single week covering business, finance, entrepreneurship, mindset, strategy, tips, and tricks from my own experience. Be sure that you are subscribed, and I also post videos every single week, so you are going to want to make sure that you don't miss any of them. So in order to do that, make sure that you do have that little notification bell clicked, so that way you don't miss any future videos and you'll be first in line to see it before anyone else. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.